I am streaming and recording.
Nice.
Let's see if I'm live.
Where's my dice
Channel.
box?
Alright, is this us now? Alright, is this us now? Okay, I think we're recording. Okay.
Nice.
We're recording!
Nice. We're doing it! Kelsey!
It's
You did
very
it!
echoey. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Alright. Holy shit, I did it.
That looks so good. Kelsey, I did not know you were doing all that.
Yes, I was. This
That
is
looks
what I spent like
amazing.
20 minutes working on.
Oh my gosh, good job.
That's so
Holy
nervous.
hell. Ah, that looks so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Seeing visuals makes me so excited.
I'm happy. It worked. We did it.
Kelsey, good job. I'm so proud of you. Oh, my dice. There it is. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me put myself on Do Not Disturb.
Do not disturb.
No disturb.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do a custom one, and I'm gonna be like D&D bitches.
Okay, just for note, Honey, our glorious player of the evening, is not feeling very well. So if you hear coughing, it's just deal with it. Not that we're gonna have many people watching, but hey,
You're gonna have to deal with my old man coughing.
Oh, nothing's worse than the year I got bronchitis.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was horrible. I coughed for like 5 months straight. Everybody else has heard this story, but okay. I can't believe we did it. I did it, guys.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna exit out real quick just to like.
I'm gonna keep it up just to make sure, but I can look at the chat and everything. Like, I can see everything from OBS, which is really fucking cool.
Sweet.
Alright.
Again.
I hope everything sounds good. Alvin should come in a minute, and he'll be able to listen and kind of tell us how everything's going. And
Rad.
Okay. Whew. All right. Are you ready, honey?
Yes. Oh my god, there's the D&D Beyond thing. It looks great. It looks great.
I did good.
Great job.
That was so fun to back.
I'm super ready.
Are you super ready?
I'm super ready. I'm tomato soup ready.
Wow, that's
extremely ready.
Yeah, like that's molten ready. Just about as molten as French onion soup.
I know. Oh my god. Great reference to Taz Amnesty. Oh, whoops. Never mind.
I don't know anything about Taz Amnesty.
I know.
I'm not
there's
there yet.
There's a whole thing about French onion soup in it. You'll see one day, maybe, if you want to. You don't have to.
Well, I'm staying caught up with all my other D&D stuff, so maybe I'll get.
Yeah, maybe not not soon, or maybe ever. But like, if Alvin was here, he would have been like, yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, first things first. I'm gonna introduce myself because why not? This is going on the internet forever. I am Kelsey, a.k.a. the DM, a.k.a. Fox, a.k.a. K2. Whatever people feel like calling me at that moment. Yes. I am running currently part 3 of Anka's session 0, which is supposed to be 1 session.
Well, that's never how it goes, but yeah.
But I am running a campaign in the Astral Sea. We're not quite to the Astral Sea yet, so none of these pictures make any gosh darn sense. What the heck was that accent?
Gosh darn.
Gosh darn.
Rubbing off on you.
But I didn't know what else to put, and I wish I had somebody else like controlling the stream so they could put like cool pictures up. So maybe eventually that'll be what we do. I don't know. I doubt it.
We'll hire an intern. It'll be great.
Why? We need an Angus.
Pay them in nothing and cheese slices.
Hey, my cheese slices are like smoked Gouda,
Well paid intern. And their Christmas bonus would be like 1 dice, and it's like not even like a good one. It's like the two-sided.
I'll give them from my reject dice.
Yeah, the reject dice that don't roll well at all. There you go, intern. Now clean out my cat's litter box.
That's what my child is for.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, we're gonna get started. I'm currently running again part 3 of Anka's session 0 of her getting to the Astral Sea so we can start this dang adventure. She is 3 out of 7. Technically
Lord.
6. But 3 out of 7. I've only done 2. No, we did not stream it. We didn't think about it. But ow, I just hit my microphone. Sorry.
Whoops. Oh Lord.
Oh, this is a disaster. I should not be allowed to do this on my own. Oh my god. Okay.
No, you're doing amazing.
So we're gonna get started, and we're gonna jump right into where we left off. And with first, a recap.
Yes.
So as Anka was making her way towards the large city known as Breverton, which is the largest city along the coast, known for its trades and known for its bustling trading community. I don't know where I was going with that. She stopped at an inn to stay the night and met a lovely young barmaid who gave her food and some information. And then on her way out of the city, she met a small band of bandits. Think about that before I said it. One was killed by their own leader, to which Anka quickly dispatched.
That's right.
With a rapier through the eye.
Yep.
It was gory deliciousness.
It was so good.
So from there, she had a rest and then continued on her way down the road to Breverton, to where she met and hitched a ride with a female shifter named Glenn. Though they have had many conversations about moonshine and smuggling, have not gotten each other's names yet. And that's where we kind of stopped, because it wasn't a very long session, and this is where we are going to pick up today.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm super excited.
Okay. Well, Anka, you are traveling in the front seat of this covered wagon with a female shifter who is drinking moonshine from a jar, not water.
Are we sure it's not water?
I don't know. Are you gonna try it and find out?
I kind of want to do a check. I think we did do a check to see like whether she knew, and you were like, no, she's a pirate. Obviously, she's gonna know what it is. Yeah, and I was like, damn it.
Hani is an innocent bean and didn't know that moonshine typically comes in a clear jar.
Yeah, she's like, it's a clear liquid in a sealed mason jar, and I looked at her, I was like water? Duh. And she was like, oh my god. It was really good.
Anyway, that was such an unequivocally Hani moment. I love it.
Thank you.
So, Anka, we'll have a bit of role play before I railroad you vigorously.
I love it. I love getting run over by trains.
Not gonna pun.
Well, I won't say anything if you do. But so we're doing a little role play right now, right?
Yeah, if that's...
Yes, I would love to. Now, okay, how long has she been with this shifter about now?
Maybe about an hour.
An hour? Okay.
About an hour. There was some awkward conversation.
I thought it was good conversation. I thought it was okay. I thought things were going well for her. No? Okay, yeah, it was kind of awkward, but... Look, she's trying her best. You know? She's a captain, not like a public speaker. But, okay. I think after about an hour of, like, awkward but friendly conversation and then some awkward silence, she's gonna like, have the jar in her hands and like just enjoying the ride, looking around, and then like smack her head like she just remembered something and she was like, damn it. And then turn like kind of awkwardly and said like, uh, you know, I don't think I ever got your name.
The shifter, who takes another swig out of the jar, chuckles and looks over to you and, well, I was wondering how long it would take. I think she had a southern accent. I don't remember. It's been like 5 months since we've run this, so. Well, I was wondering how long it would take you to answer
She starts
that.
coughing on her moonshine, kind of, yeah, like trying to hide her embarrassment a little bit, but she's like, sorry, got a little bit of a cold.
Are you gonna be all right there, friend? When
Sorry, I'm trying not to imitate your accent. Go ahead. It's hard not to slip in a country.
It really is.
It's really
is.
hard.
It's my default.
Me too. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Kelsey, I interrupted you.
She puts the moonshine down next to her, and it sloshes a little as they go over a bump. And she holds out her arm. Her hand is, while this woman looks fairly human, there's definitely something animalistic about her face, and about, it's not, doesn't look fully human. It looks more like a cross between maybe like a cat and a human.
Ooh, very cool.
Her arm, as she reaches it out, you see her hand comes to almost a set of claws, but instead of like cat paws, like you kind of almost expect, you see there's actually sharp nails.
Ooh.
And then she reaches out and she goes, well, my name's Glenn.
Okay. Normally she would like reach her hand out immediately, and I think she starts to go to do that and like just like about to grasp it when she says her name, and she kind of like pauses and blinks at her for a little bit, like for some reason the name caught her off guard, and she goes yeah, and then she grabs her hand like actually and like shakes it, like just sort of like brushing it off and saying like, nice to meet you, Glenn. Not country. Nice to meet you, Glenn. Very nice name, very nice name. And she like just kind of shakes it. And I didn't happen to give you my name, have I?
As Glenn is sitting there and holding her arm, she does like a polite squeeze, nothing like she's trying to strangle your hand or anything. She just, it's a nice like firm handshake. And
very good.
She kind of raises an eyebrow and, nah, about what I got from you was you grew up on the sea, and I take it you knew someone named Glenn. I had to roll insight.
Ooh, that's good. What did she get, a 20?
18.
Ooh, very good. Very good, Glenn. Glenn 2.0.
Hopefully it didn't give the name a bad
rap. Anka sort of, she lets go and kind of smiles and like kind of shakes her head. Trying to just like be casual, and chuckles like and she says, no, didn't give a, no, it's a good name. It's a good name. Mine's Anka, like an anchor, out there on the waters.
No, I remember she actually did say her name because I made a
she
joke
did?
about the anchor. Yeah, because it's like anchor, but without the or the or. Okay, yeah, but we can continue this. I just
rewind.
I remember that joke.
Yep. She says it every time.
I love it.
She's like, Anka, like an anchor.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Please continue. Perfect.
It's okay. Can we can keep that, this what we just did, because we also realized that Glenn we only just realized that Glenn was the same name as her first mate, like just now. So this one trumps the one we did before anyway.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
100%, yeah.
Bad
Okay.
moment.
Yeah. But she's just like kind of, she's kind of brushing off the whole Glenn thing, like, oh yeah, I did know someone. It was fine. It's a good name. Lots of, goodness to live up to with a name like that. So, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm Anka, like Anchor, it's kind of meant to be, what I'm saying,
She's gonna chuckle again and just be like, a little on the nose, but it's a fine name.
Thank you. Thank you.
And from there, you're just going to continue your journey. If you want to talk, you are more than welcome to.
I think if they're gonna talk more, it's just gonna be kind of like regular small talk between, strangers. Nothing too exciting, If it's anything more from there, Anka would probably say something like, "Oh well, you're one to talk with a name like Glenn, and you're a shifter, and you're out there in nature, and Glenn is like a Glenn." And
say that again. It did something weird with your audio, and it like screeched. So I'm so sorry to anybody who's listening.
Are you okay?
Or who listened. Yeah,
you're
good? Fine. You're talking fine. It's just for that moment it like screeched.
Row. She would say there's not really much else, I think, that, nothing big that they would talk about besides, just like regular small talk between strangers, you know what I mean? And if she had any more comments from there, it would just be something dumb, like, she said, like, it's a bit on the nose, like, when she was like, it's a bit on the nose, Anka, she would have been like, well, you want to talk with a name like Glenn, right? I mean, you're a shifter and a nature, and you're out there in nature. Glenn is like a nature thing.
You're not wrong, but you can blame my mom. I prefer Glenn over Glenda. Sorry, nobody named Glenda.
She like immediately like kind of laughs at like Glenda. No, I like Glenn. Glenn is good. And yeah, there's nothing else I can really think about.
She does have one question. Because I think we talked about this last time, but I would like to get it on record. So that way you can kind of describe your character. Even though it's on screen, but hey. She puts away the moonshine after drinking about half of it, and you can kind of tell her eyes are starting to get glazed over. She's just like, yep, this is good.
Yep, drinking and driving. Dang, we roughhousing over here, boys.
She's gonna be like, so what's Shadar-Kai doing way out here? You don't see too many people in this part of the world, or on this plane for that matter.
She sniffs and she's quiet for a little bit, like she's choosing her words kind of carefully, or like she's wondering also how out loud to explain. And she sort of vaguely just like strokes her chin and then turns to her and says, "Well, really, I'm just trying to right some wrongs."
Before I let her do her response, one thing you do know is that not very many people tend to know what Shadar-Kais are. It's very rare. It's very strange that you've encountered two people that know what they are. One being a barmaid, and the other being like a traveling, well, it seems to be merchant. So it's not common. People usually think you're either a drow, or you've been cursed by something, or that turned your skin gray, or etc., etc.
Yeah, not having enough fruits.
Yeah, and well, yeah, pretty much. Especially, so you definitely think it's kind of strange that this strange cat or person knows what you are. That's just information for you based on the world. Shadar-Kai are kind of rare.
She's fine with like people not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it's nobody's business. Anyways, like
Yep.
you can think I'm a drow. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's mostly the ill treatment you'd get from being considered a drow, but
Oh, that's true.
because evil elves, quote unquote.
Mm,
But yeah, that's
racism.
Just, gotta love that racism.
All that racism.
Yes. So that's. I just wanted to give you some background information because it's been a while,
Nice.
and I wanted to make sure that we had all the ducks in a row.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to,
Yeah.
to let me know. Sometimes I forget. I forget these things.
Again, lore dump.
Lordum.
All right. So yeah, that's
Oh, she hasn't done that dumb thing that she's been doing, which is like, you know about any liches around here?
Yeah, no,
Which
you
she
learned
just
that was a
asked
bad
people,
thing
which
to
is
do with the
really
last session.
inappropriate. Really inappropriate. Like,
Yes.
she just asked anybody, and people are like, what the hell? Like,
A, most people don't know what the hell you're talking about, and B, it's very taboo to talk about liches.
yeah. She's sort of she's just a woman on a mission, so.
Yeah. All right. So, Glenn is gonna keep looking at you and then lean over. So you're not a cop, right?
A cop? She like laughs, like bends over laughing, and then like drinks like another thing of like the moonshine to just like calm her down, calm herself down. And she's like, she laughs so much she starts coughing, and she chokes on moonshine a little bit.
Just
And
Glenn's patting her on the back, like, you all
yeah,
right there?
and she just sort of, that's good, and like leans back as she goes, no.
I'm sorry. Glenn bursts out laughing as well, not to the much that Anka just did, but
Yeah.
enough to where it's definitely a chuckle, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think that, you were knowing your, she kind of points you up and down, but, you never can be too sure.
No, that's true. That's true. Them, them coppers can be real sneaky, you know, with their disguises.
Considering where we're heading, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The big city. Coppers everywhere there, I guess.
Yeah, just, be a little careful. I heard there was some, trouble recently with,
Trouble.
just a small bit of trouble with, I think a goblin is what they said.
Wait, a what?
A goblin.
What, Kelsey? A goblin. Oh. A goblin, huh? Okay, I mean, I don't know how much trouble one goblin can make. I'm not a racist, but you know, it's just kind of rare to hear, I guess. Should something I should be worried about? Like, what kind of trouble we talking here?
I heard they just caused some ruckus.
Ruckus.
But,
Well,
this seems to all mellowed over for now, but I don't really know much, excuse me.
oh, it's the moonshine. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, listen, it's the it was the
haven't had
character.
soda
It
in
was
like
Glenn.
a week, and I find like today's my cheat day for soda, and so I'm a little gassy.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't listen. I've been coughing into the mic for like an hour. You do not have to apologize.
No, I think you should be all right. Just try not to cause too much trouble. Especially because I know some folks don't look that kindly upon people who look a little bit different.
Normally I would be the kind of person that say, I've been known to cause my own sort of ruckus. And, but, but, I am, on a mission. So, and I'm right serious about that. So, not country, honey, not country.
So sorry.
It's so hard. What was I saying? It was but I am on a mission. So, I'm keeping my head low. I won't cause too much trouble unless it comes to me, which it does tend to come to me on its own, you know. And she winks.
Well, like, where are you headed in there anyway? Why Breverton of all places? Especially for a seafaring lady. For a seafaring lady. I don't see you being one to take the airships.
Ooh, airships. Taking note of that in my notes.
If you want to roll a history check on what you might know about Breverton, you are more than welcome to.
Okay, I would love. I know I'm looking for a library there, but
yes, you are.
That's a 15 plus 1, 16.
All right, that's not too bad. All right,
Nice.
what you know about Breverton is, again, they are the largest city on a coast, but the cliffs are so high along the city, they're not really known for sea travel. They're known for a lot of their commerce through the airships and through ground transport. There are some ships that can come in and out that have ports and stuff, but it's not super common.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to note that I have on here that the coat is located. It is located on, not coast, coat, because I misspelled it.
I was about to say, I was like, the coat?
With that roll, you would know that there is also 3 sections of city. And
3 sections. Uh-huh.
I can send you everything that you would know later.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's set up in a big circle. There's several rings. You might remember this from Maggie's adventure.
Yes.
Year ago or whatever. But you would know that your libraries are more. They're usually run by mages or by churches or religions. So you know you're looking for a library. So you think that would probably be in the richer part of the neighborhood, the more affluent. That's pretty much what you know, as you've never been there. So
yeah. Rad. Okay.
Other than that, there you go.
All right. So she's gonna say, "Oh, I don't know nothing about no fancy airships. I much prefer the ships that belong in the ocean, you know. But really what I'm looking for is a library. Now don't laugh. I can read."
She raises another eyebrow at you, and it's a pretty prominent eyebrow ridge, so it's pretty noticeable. And now I'm not gonna laugh, but you have me more intrigued. Why would you be looking for a library?
You ask a lot of questions. She sort of like, rubs the back of her neck.
You don't gotta answer all of them. This ride is free. It's not a question per mile type thing. The moonshine, however, you owe me one good answer.
Yeah, she looks down at her jar and she goes like,
How much of the
do owe you that.
How much of the moonshine has she drank?
How long has it been since she's given it to her?
Probably about 2 hours now.
I think she's like kind of, I think she's, what's it called? I think she's nursing it,
Okay.
She's kind of, it's really nice quality. And so she's like enjoying it. What?
It's a nice quality moonshine.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
really
slight
nice.
off from
Obviously
being
it's
gasoline.
homemade, really good.
It's just slightly off from being gasoline.
This is really high quality gasoline I'm putting in my body right now, okay? I have to nurse it. I have to smell it, like a wine tasting. I don't know. Kelsey, I'm not a drinker.
Oh, I know.
I don't
Honey,
know how much is good to be
no,
drinking.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm just making. It's just funny because there is quality moonshine. It's just all
Yeah.
moonshine.
Oh,
is
no.
horrible.
I mean, like, the rate of which,
Okay.
how much are you supposed to be drinking by 2
Well,
hours?
it
Like, how
depends
much is, like,
on.
the average?
Well, Anka was a pirate, so
Yes.
they tend to drink a lot. So she would have a high tolerance, and she'd probably have a taste for really shitty alcohol.
Yes.
Thankfully, this is D&D, and they do not drink rum with algae infused water. Because magic is great, but
Magic is great.
moonshine is very strong. So she's probably knows that she's got things to do. She can't be getting drunk and stumbling.
I don't think
city
I don't think she's of the goal of like getting drunk.
Yeah. So I mean, sipping it, nursing it is probably pretty apt.
Yeah, okay. But how much, like, in 2 hours, if she's, like, kind of just nursing it,
Probably a fourth.
how much do you think she's... Okay. I didn't know if the answer was, like, 2 whole glasses, or...
Well,
I just didn't know what the answer was, you know?
The jars are pretty decent size jars. They're...
Okay. Then probably not.
I can get on camera.
Mm.
So you can see. And nobody else will be able to see. But... can you... They're... probably about like this. Like
they're huge.
Yeah, so
I was
they're
expecting
pretty damn big. Yeah, they're pretty damn big jars.
Oh my god, I was expecting like a small jar.
Like a fourth would be like that much, so it'd probably be like 6 shots of normal size shots. So that's and because of Anka's tolerance, and if she ends up like gulping it down, I'm gonna have some con checks. But... Nah,
she's not gonna gulp it.
Yeah.
She's nursing it. But I think, I think what you said 3/4. Is that what you said?
I said 1/4.
1/4. I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. She said about that much. And then it's my turn. I have to answer, right? I'm answering her question.
Yeah, because she's like, you need to give me some info
okay.
For the
it's been a little while. So she's going to the library, and she's heard that there is where she can get more information about the Astral Sea, right? Where she's heard
not necessarily the Astral Sea, but the lich. The
list of lich.
The information she's exactly looking for surrounding this lich and finding them is what Anka is looking for. So. Yeah,
and I've heard that this library has articles of or tombs of knowledge about some such famous liches or whatever. Is that what okay. So so she's gonna say, well, you know what, you're right. And she kind of takes another swig of her drink. Not like a lot. She's not like gulping it, but it's a good sip. It's a good sip. And she says, well, this library in particular has some important information about someone I'm looking for. And it's going to help me find them. And it might lead me to the next phase of my journey.
Oh. Well, I see. Now, I'm not one to judge on wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. Fuck, you know me. I was a smuggler for how many years? But she's slowly getting more country.
She is. She was not country in the beginning. Maybe maybe she has country roots that only come out when she drinks.
Oh, that's very possible, knowing the little I know about Glenn. Anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I but I do see that let's just say I'm good at reading people. I don't pick everybody up. I don't pick everybody on the side of the road up. So, good luck on whatever it is. I won't pry for more information.
Aww. She kind of
unless you want to share more with me.
Aw. How could she resist?
And she's kind of like, like, I'll tell, like, doing that gesture is like, I'll tell you if you tell me, like, come on, let's.
Okay. Listen, Anka's a pirate. She's not like a diplomacy person. You give her a drink, she'll spill some beans. So, she goes, well, since you asked, what I'm looking for
Careful, honey.
Yeah, sorry. This moonshine's getting to me. She says, well, who I'm looking for is, well, let's just call him for what he is, which is a lich. And let's just say it's not for scholarly reasons or to ask him questions about his personal life. I'm out for revenge, so it's gonna be a long quest, and it's meeting people like you that are kind of keeping me going. So thanks for the ride.
Well, shit. Out of everything you were gonna tell me, that's not what I was expecting.
No. What were you expecting?
That you were looking for some rival pirate leader, or God, she's totally getting more southern.
Yes,
rival pirate leader, or a government official who hung your crew, or something like that. Bitch, that's pretty. It's pretty dangerous. You're getting into there. I gotta roll again. Hold on. Okay. NPCs roll well. Good to know.
They're doing good.
Okay, to all the comments from the peanut gallery who are going to be listening to this.
Wait, what? Sorry, what did you say?
To all the peanuts in the peanut gallery that are going to be listening to this and being like, well, you always roll well. I would like to know I've rolled 2 natural ones in the past 2 sessions we've done. With Dahlia. So...
You tell them.
Those were the only 2 rolls she did were like natural ones, so shush.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something?
My average is anyway. Just don't get yourself in too deep, and because I'm walking you through also. You are more than welcome to roll against any of my characters if you roll insight or perception or something like that. Just let me know so I know what to kind of tell you.
Yeah, normally, I think normally I would, but like, I think she's not really trying to hide anything with Glenn here. I think it's weird, but having that name, it's like kind of biasing her a little bit too, I think. She's like, oh, this is Glenn. I can tell Glenn whatever.
On purpose too. I forgot entirely. I'm so stupid.
Names every NPC Glenn from now on.
No, wow, this isn't a Jonathan situation.
Yeah. Oh, hey! Don't expose me like this. Okay. It's a great long-term joke. It's a long con.
So, she's kind of giving you a strange look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looking at you, kind of, you see the look that you're giving her with that almost longing and knowing look. She's giving the exact same one back.
Mm-hmm. Aww. Going off the last thing that she told her about it being very dangerous, she sort of quietly, a little bit more seriously, she goes, I would do anything for my crew.
Yeah, it sounds like just about every other Shadar-Kai I've met. Okay, only one Shadar-Kai, but hey. She takes another swig of the moonshine and then is like, alright, no, this is enough, and kind of reaches behind it and like puts it behind her and pushes it so you hear like the jar rolling in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah. Glenn has told her about this person, right?
Has told her about... No, not entirely.
I think Glenn has told her something. I don't remember well, and I wish.
What we
Yeah.
have discussed was what has been discussed between the two was Glenn knew a Shadar-Kai, a male that was her partner. The partner in crime, not partner. You don't actually know.
Yeah, I remember.
But that's pretty much all you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn, of course, knows now that you knew somebody named Glenn who was probably part of your old ship, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay. She'll ask then. Well, wait. What was the last thing she said? This sounds just about like every other Shadar-Kai I've ever met. Well, one.
That's
what she said.
Met. The one I knew.
Yeah. Now there ain't nobody like me in the world. And she kind of puffs up, kind of jokingly. But he came close, huh?
You could say that. Nah, I don't know much about you. But you seem like the stubborn type.
She just nods.
Considering you're going after a lich and all. Which I don't know much about liches. But to go after one, it might take some, if I might, metaphorical balls. And it sounds just about much like, what's his name? This is going to be hard to say. It's not
Shalan.
Xavier.
Wait.
Xavier.
But
Xavier. I'll type it.
Oh, Javier.
Xavier.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Alvin, he's talking in the chat.
Yeah, I just laughed at that.
Xavier. Oh, that's cool. Xavier.
Xavier,
Ooh.
yeah.
Xavier. Sounds like some sort of like sexy Latino soap opera name. Xavier. Xavier Rodriguez. I'm sorry, peanut gallery. It appears I'm allergic to peanuts. I had no idea my whole life.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so she says that, and let me see. Wait, what did she say? Oh my god, my brain. She said, that sounds like Xavier.
The stubbornness, that sounds like Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, I said it correctly.
Okay. Well, here's to Xavier. And she kind of like holds up her moonshine and she goes, as stubborn as they come. She takes another swig. And like, I don't know if she's getting to the end of it, but if that was the end of her glass, that would be cool too, I guess.
She's gonna kind of fist bump the jar because she put her drink away.
Yeah, I remember.
She fist bumps the jar and be like, may he forever rot in that grave. And then she's just has a huge smile on her face. Like, you kind of get by the way that she talks about him that they had a very kind of joking, like,
yeah.
They gave each other a lot of shit. So, yeah.
Sorry. Yes, they give each other a lot of shit.
And so it's not like, she's not like, oh, may that fucker rot in his grave. It's more like, oh, what a stubborn asshole. Kind of thing. Just to be clear, because that was a weird way of saying that, but she's
no, it was good. I think Anka laughs at that and like she takes it for what it is, which is like kind of like friendly joking and like that's a nice nostalgia to have, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to joke about that even when they're gone. So she sort of like I think she takes note of that too, like being able to like to enjoy that memory and like to say something like that for her even when he's gone. Like she kind of takes note of that. I just kind of wanted to say it. She's like, she has a little bit of a hard time. Anka has a little bit of a hard time, I think, you know, not being super serious whenever she thinks about, you know, her lost ones. So she wants to be able to, like, kind of have that, too. That kind of being able to joke. All right. Cool. Rad.
All right. So now we're just going to kind of fast forward. You guys just had some chit chats and mindless talking, and she asked about what your life was like on the sea, and kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? The just kind of more tidbits, and you guys just talk back and forth, kind of opening up a little bit. And then after about 5 hours, you come up over a hill, and what you can see in front of you is a huge city with large stone walls completely surrounding it, and a huge iron wrought gate that has, I think they're called trellises. I don't remember. I forgot to look this up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Like, there are stations with guards posted, and you can't really see them, but you're kind of guessing by like the shapes and stuff. And Glenn kind of nudges you with her elbow, and oh, there you are. There's the destination. You ever been to Breverton before?
And I have not, right? No, I have
not.
I don't know if this is like the biggest city that Anka has been in or not, but I'm pretty sure it's very large, right?
It's a really large city. Like I said, it's the biggest in this area.
Yeah.
No, it's not the biggest city you've ever been in.
Okay.
Because, again, you've been to a lot of ports. So you've been to small ports, you've been to huge ports, you've been to capital cities, you've been, this isn't the biggest, but it's on the top end of the bigger cities you've been in.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to roll something for her. Oh, okay. She feels great. She's like, she kind of looks up this big city even when they were approaching it. And I imagine, like, even when they were talking, she had out like her kind of homemade map where she's always tracking her movements with little drawings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she like putting it away as it comes closer and kind of scrambling all her stuff together and looking up. And even when they're approaching, like, where they're sitting on that little thing up there or at the front of the wagon, she like stands up as the cart is still going, like kind of such a captain on a ship stance, like
Captain Morgan,
shading her eyes. Yeah, like like looking out at the big city and like hands on her hips, and she goes, it's just a new adventure. And as they get closer, and if she this is like kind of where they're punting Ray's, right? This big gate.
Yeah. She as they start to approach, she's like, all right. So I gotta get checked in, otherwise they'll light me on fire. I'd rather not have that happen again.
No, fire hurts.
So you're more than welcome to get off. They might ask you some questions at the gate, but this is, I guess, where we part ways, Miss Anka. She holds out her hand again and goes to shake it.
Aww. She shakes her hand and like kind of takes off her hat when still has the other one in her hand, and like puts her hat to her chest, very kind of mocking, formal, and like gives the hand like a peck, and it's not weird, it's just kind of friendly. Yeah.
Glenn seems to have no issue with it.
Yeah, and so she, kind of mock formally, she's like, "Thank you, good lady, for the spectacular ride." And she kind of like with her hat does like a captain's like salute, like as if Glenn was like the captain of that ride, and she's giving her a salute for that. And she swings off of the wagon very naturally, with like a skip in her step, and shrugging her pack on her shoulder, and she says, "If you ever need me for anything, ask around all these big libraries." Excuse me.
I will certainly do that. Good company and honor among thieves is hard to find.
Aw. And she gives her another wink, and a big smile, a very big and grateful smile. Just like for everything. I don't know. She was really happy she met Glenn. She's like, I feel like kind of like I made a friend. So in a way, she feels somehow that like she's like, this can't be the last I'm gonna see of Glenn. she's like, I'll probably see her around the city. And waves at her and like kind of strolls into the city, really just unafraid, just ready to like get in there. And she's actually kind of excited. For her, this is like new adventure. So.
All right. So as you jump off and you're kind of you're like strolling up to the gate, and she has to go around into like another area where they're gonna check her wares and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And she kind of gives you a salute and looks absolutely tickled pink of the welcome and warmth you gave her, like, as the mock respect but still respect, like, made her. Mm-hmm. You made a good impression, Anka. Good job.
Aw, yay!
Don't have to be good at charisma to be good. Anyway,
yay.
She kind of gives you a wave, and as you're approaching the gate, you see now that this wall is huge. Like it is taller than even some of the biggest ships you've seen. Mm-hmm. And I didn't mention things from the distance. From the distance, you also saw the airships. You saw little blips of airships in the
so cool.
Kind of like coming in and heading out over the sea and coming through. It's very bustling. You got the sense that this is a pretty big, like, bustling city. Sorry, I keep repeating my words, but
no, it's okay.
Sorry. So as you kind of approach this, like, there are guards standing there holding spears and some variety of uniforms. There are some looking a little bit more like ramshackle, put together, and some look much more professional and more what's the word I'm looking for? Looking orderly? Like they have more status. That's I can't think of the word,
higher status.
Like they look of a higher status. Mm-hmm. One of the ones in between the two extremes, or between the more kind of cobbled together and the other one, God, my brain just died. One of the middle people comes up and is like, hold it. So kind of looking you up and down and being like, and he looks at you and he just, drow?
Excuse me? Oh my god. What race? Wait, what race is he?
He's a human. Darker skinned human.
As soon as she's approached, yeah, go ahead.
He's not looking at you like he's like, oh, it's a drow. He's not looking like he's gonna attack you. He's just standing there with a spear and kind of holding out his hand. And just kind of being like, I don't know what to call you, so I'm going to call you the nearest thing that I can think of. You're obviously not human. Drow.
She looks him up and down and goes, elf?
Now, I don't need any attitude. I just need to know your name and why you're here, and that's pretty much it.
All right then. And she kind of she goes like, just had to ask first time. And he's not asking like for papers or anything.
No, right? He's just like, just state your business. And more or less knowing that there is a guard presence in the city. He's not saying it, but you kind of get that feeling like, oh yeah, definitely getting that. I gotta open up your sheet here. What's your insight?
Okay. Let me see. Oops. It is my passive.
Yes.
Insight is 16.
Okay. Yeah, he's not being outwardly like aggressive.
Okay. I think like when she said elf, then like if she understands that he's not being aggressive, like she still said that, but more in a joking way, like elf, and like kind of with like a little bit of a smile, just because she's rebellious and she likes talking back to guards.
I didn't mean no offense. I just didn't know how to address you, and just state your business and your name.
Well, you could call me Anka, like anchor, and I'm looking for the library. Actually, if you'd like to point me in that direction, I'd be much obliged.
He kind of looks at and he's like, I don't know any libraries around here. All right, sorry, went southern again. Shit.
It's okay. It's. I don't listen. Maybe they're all southern. This is a southern city.
I don't know quite any libraries, but you might be able to find them in the 3rd district. As any specifically, I don't know. Anka, like anchor. And he's like, you see somebody behind him. This. You see somebody behind him who's like a little bit shorter, holding up a notepad, and he looks a little bit more like to do. Not necessarily, he's not wearing a guard uniform, but he dresses kind of nice, and he's writing something down, and like writing as you're speaking in your notebook, or in his notebook, writing as you're speaking in his notebook, and kind of eyeing you up and down. You're used to this. You know exactly what he's doing. But the guard himself is not being outwardly, like, he doesn't look like, he's not like, I don't know what to call you.
It's okay.
So.
I get it. He's just, like, he probably does this a trillion times a day. Anka gets it. She likes messing with him. I think she's gonna say, all right. And she kind of, like, with the map that she has, like, she had like kind of folded, she takes it out and scribbles down like 3rd, just like the number 3, on like the side, top corner or whatever, just to like get that down. And she sort of looks around again, like thinking about how big the city is. She says, so can you point me in the direction of the 3rd district then?
If you go in through the gate, just walk straight, and you get to the 3rd district. Anything from there, I don't know what to help you with. I don't know how to help you, but you just walk straight. You should be fine.
All right, good. I like walking. I like going straight.
If you and he's kind of like stops you as you're like, and he's like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna guide you in now, and like have you go through the gate or go through a door.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to fucking open the entire gate just for you. Sorry.
No, of course not.
Yeah. There's another door that they're going to lead you in so you can get into the city. If you need food and lodge, I might recommend in the 1st district, there's a good inn by the name of, what was that name? Hold on. I have it. I just forgot what it was.
Yes.
By the named the Wooden Pumpkin.
Wooden pumpkin. And with that, she like kind of like breaks into another like a big smile, like she's like grateful for that. She's like, "Aw, thanks." And she's like, "I'll remember." And she kind of like also like scribbles that down. She says, "One last question before I go. You guys wouldn't happen to have like a map or like one of those like little free maps for tourists, you know, that you kind of give out with all the landmarks?"
No, sorry. You might need to talk to a store owner to get a map for the city, but it's generally we don't write it down. It's not generally a written down thing. But
it's okay. I can make my own.
If you go to the Wooden Pumpkin, talk to Rashim, and he'll be able to get you set up. It's pretty cheap too. So.
Rashim, okay. And she also writes that down. She's like, "Thanks so much," and she kind of like gives him like a hard like pat slap on like his upper arm, like bam bam, like thanks.
As you do, he wasn't quite expecting it, and he goes, "Whoa!" and he kind of stumbles a bit.
Yeah. Whoa, sorry.
Because you got a pretty high strength, and he's just a guard, man. So he stumbles a bit.
Oh yeah, I forget. And I do have a lot of strength.
And like first thinks maybe you were gonna attack him, but then he's like, and then you walk past him, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Next.
Nice.
Nobody behind you.
It's just yeah. Great. Good. Nice. I like that. Good job, Kelsea. You're doing so good.
Yeah. So
you're a great DM.
As you walk in, you start to get a glimpse of what this city actually looks like coming in from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
The roads in this section are a little bit more worn. You can kind of tell this is where a lot of the foot traffic is. And it literally, as you're standing there and you're looking straight, it looks like there's just a huge road or a large road that just heads straight into the city. You can't see the end of it entirely. It kind of goes out of your field of view.
Hmm.
Sorry, chest having breathing issues.
Oh no.
So as you focus as you kind of look ahead, you can just see it's pretty much just a straight road. So when he says walk forward, that's where you're gonna walk. So from here, on your side, you can see some ramshackled buildings, or like not ramshackled, but more worn buildings. They're not tall. They're not like, you see some houses and some businesses, stuff like that. They all look like they sell pretty normal stuff, nothing like high adventure gear or anything like that. So, but other than that, if you want to see anything else, I will have you roll perception.
Okay, I will roll perception. Ooh, I have a +6 in that. Oh, good thing, because I just rolled a 6. I don't have advantage on that. No, I don't.
With that perception roll, you kind of notice that this is definitely the poorer part of the neighborhood. Not a lot of fancy things. There's not a lot of decorations outside. It's very much just what's the word I'm looking for? It's very much just your normal average. What do you get from like a village or something? But one thing you do notice is there is a lot of space and a lot of people walking through this area.
There's a lot of people?
There's a lot of foot traffic.
Okay.
Not necessarily on the main road, but on the side streets. You know, it's a very bustling part. Like I said, you know, the city is very busy. It's a very... Again, I keep using the fucking word bustling, but that's the perfect word to describe
No, it's a perfect word.
So
Bustling
there's a
babbles.
lot of foot traffic and a lot of people carrying carts, and you see races of all kinds. You see dwarves and humans, some half-elves and some elves, but they're not very many. You can just kind of see them a little bit because they look generally less worn than the rest of the city, but it doesn't feel like it's like, you've been to some cities, and when there's a lot of foot traffic, there's a lot of secrecy, and people are like, oh, I'm in the poorer parts, especially, that there's a lot of crime and stuff. No, this is just everyday people going in through their life and not really like paying attention to you. They're used to travelers. You get a couple of odd looks, but that's about it.
Okay.
Another thing you notice is just how oppressive this wall can be. It is casting a huge shadow over this area. You definitely can tell it's not to keep people in, it's to keep people out. It's a defensive wall. But other than that, that is everything.
Okay. I think just in general, also like to give you a little break so you can, you know, she going through a space like this, I think she's always used to like in crowded cities and stuff, like in areas like this, just to like keep her hand on her bag and like always hold it close and sort of keep her eye on things and make sure everything is like in her hands, or at her side where she can like have her hand, just because like she's got a lot of precious things on her, whether value wise or like sentimental wise, and she's been a street, you know, kid before, I think, where she's like, I get it, you know. So people got to steal things sometimes. So she's just being careful. And besides that, I think she's just making, as I said, she's a woman on a mission, and she can put the blinders on. So she's just going straight until she finds a library.
Okay. Well, you walk by, and one other thing you do notice as you're passing through this 3rd district, what you're used to in smaller cities with poorer parts, or I'm sorry to say ghettos, or more, I guess poorer districts is a perfect way to put this, is there tends to not be as much guard presence. This doesn't seem to be the case with Breverton. there's guards posted. They're chatting. Think of Whiterun in Skyrim. You know how there's like a lot of guards in every area. That's how this is kind of set up. So it's not just like they're not all, unless this place has a really large guard presence, which there are a lot of guards, but you don't know much about the army or the guards of the city, but there's a good fair amount just within this district. You can tell by their different colored uniform. They're wearing like a lighter blue color. And their hats with like the feathers and stuff like that. So,
ooh, nice hats, gentlemen. She says that as she walks by. Nice hats, gentlemen. She tips her hat.
You get one that just kind of raises it and goes, "Well, thank you."
Nice.
And
nice.
He just goes back to talking with another guard, and yeah, so you get the feeling that unless this is a huge army and a majority of this ginormous guard presence is in the bigger cities, you kind of get that though this is the poor district, it's not considered lesser than maybe the other districts. It's poor because this is where the merchants are versus this is where they put poor people kind of thing. It's more like middle class type thing, lower middle class. Just a brief tidbit of the city. I
like it.
So you keep going, and as you're walking past, you start to see the houses kind of separate a little bit. They get a little nicer. They get a little bit like they have more room, and the streets are just a little bit wider. The street you're on is the widest. It's the straight thoroughfare through the city. Sorry about the panting.
No, it's okay. You need to breathe.
The street's starting to widen a little bit, and again, the house is getting nicer. They get a little bit taller. The shadows from the wall it's getting less dark. You have no problem seeing because you have dark vision. There's definitely a shadow over the wall that makes everything a little bit darker. But you keep walking, you've got your blinders on, and you come to a thoroughfare type circular. Everything's built in a circle. You can kind of see that everything's kind of built curved. There's no, it's almost like a maze, like when you look above from a maze, like how there's sharp turns, but everything's done in a circle.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the city is set up.
Oh, cool.
And you come to what looks like the remnants of what would have been a market. And again, you can just keep going straight through, but if you want to stop and look at anything or whatever you so choose, you're more than welcome to. I'm just giving you the options.
I feel like she isn't gonna dally. I think whenever she comes to a place that looks a little bit more different, or she starts noticing that things look a little bit different, she like takes a look around, like she doesn't so much, she's not like looking straight forward and just like power walking. She's gonna like turn her head and like look around. But I don't like a perception, but not so much an investigation. If you get what I mean.
Okay.
So I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
But like not very, she's more like just looking around for her surroundings. Yep, that's an 11 plus 6, 17.
You see a lot of vendors set up with smaller tables, and some have tents over them, and it just looks like it was just a regular market, almost like it's a bazaar type situation, where this is like where some people sell handmade goods. You can get the smell of fresh bread coming through.
Ooh,
like there's
okay.
definitely a bakery that was selling like sweets and that very rye bread type scent.
Uh-oh. Ooh, how hungry is she? Ooh.
Depends when was the last time you ate and remember you drank.
Yes, I did.
Oh, by the way, you still have the jar of moonshine.
Wait, really?
The shifter did not take that from you.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. Aww. It's like a glass jar, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's keeping that like 100%. Aww.
What else are you gonna put fairies in?
That Very true. How else am I going to catch my fairies? Hello? Goes to the gay bar. Fairies, come in here.
Oh, honey.
I could say that. I'm gay.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, honey.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's fucking hilarious, but keep going.
What were we saying? The jar. Okay, yeah, she loves the jar. And we're thinking, oh yeah, eating. It's been at least 5 hours. And what was the situation that we had with her with the eating? How long could she go?
Oh shoot, I don't remember. This is the problem with only doing D&D.
Yeah, hold up. I don't want to check to see if I know we discussed it, but okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say, because here's what it is right here. Because I don't remember exactly what we ruled it. I would say you haven't been doing a lot of physical exertion, so you're starting to get a little hungry. Like, you're kind of feeling that pang of like, okay, I'm getting a little hungry. Brought on by the fact that you were drinking, and drinking makes you hungry.
Really, it does?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I thought it just like made you have to pee.
Okay, I get hungry when I drink.
Okay.
Not that I drink moonshine that often, but hey.
And not that I drink often, but my experience was that I had to pee really bad, like multiple times. I was being force-fed crackers though, so that was good.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're starting to get hungry. Like, you're definitely starting to feel that kind of pang of like, all right.
Yeah, okay. Let me roll a dice.
Okay.
Let me get my 2-sided dice here. Oh wait, I should have decided what side was which first. One is she stays. Kraken is she keeps going. That's a 1. Okay, fine. I think. Okay. She's really on this mission, and she's like going forward a lot, but she stops when she smells that good bread, and she's like, just for a little while, just one, and she goes to the closest stall. She wants to just like buy a bread.
I'm gonna have you roll investigation to look for the bread stall, but I'm also gonna remind you still have food left over.
Oh wait, I do. I forgot that. Never mind, Kelsey. She's keeping going. Why did I even roll that?
Because
she considers it.
The bread smells really fucking good.
Bread does smell super good.
And
I think, yeah. So I feel like she stops and she's like, you know what? I deserve bread.
You did roll 1, not a one natural one, but a 1 or 2.
Yeah, so yeah. I think. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's your character.
I feel like Anka is like also the kind to like stop and be like, I fucking deserve bread, and then like about to go get it, and then she's like, I have food. I shouldn't spend money. I have food. Like I have food in my bag.
But then you get that whiff of like that deep rye scent, and it's just
Kelsey. Fine. Yes, she goes to get bread.
You rolled a 1 on your dice. Roll a will save.
You're right.
That's
right.
not a thing in D&D. Roll a con save.
Right. A con save to withstand Kelsey's temptations. Oh, it's a natural 1.
Is it really?
Better go. Temptation accomplished.
Is it really a natural 1?
No, it was a 15, but I was joking.
I'm gonna make you roll a constitution check because this will solve your issue of like, do I do it? Do I not? Do I do it? Do I not? Roll con.
Do you actually want me to? I say she goes to the bread.
What?
I say she goes to get bread,
All right,
but
and that's what you're choosing. Then she goes to get
yes,
fucking
I'm
bread.
choosing that. I'm choosing her to have like this like little moment of struggle of like, should I or should I not? Ooh, should I? And deciding yes at the end. So investigation, right?
Investigation.
Investigation. Oh, natural 20.
Oh my, you're
Plus
like,
what?
I fucking deserve this bread. I
Yes.
deserve this bread. And you lift your head and you turn and you get a scent of just a slight breeze whips past you and just to your left, and you just get this whiff of this dark, fresh rye bread, and you turn and you beeline it to the left, and you're like, this is exactly where it is. And
yes.
It takes you no time at all. You know exactly where this bread is.
She's putting her expert navigation skills to
you are
its
weaving in
use.
and out of people. You're like, I'm not getting distracted. I have my nose on this bread. I am a scent dog for bread.
This is so Anka. She's so goal oriented. She's just like library, and then someone's like bread, and she's just like bread.
Oh my god. Oh, I wish people were caught up in Critical Role, but I can't spoil it because we're streaming anyway. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
You end up there in no time. You're like 10 seconds. You just go, and the person behind is putting leftover pieces of bread or leftover loaves of bread and bags and rolling them up and putting them in a little cart like he's ready to go, and you're there and you're just staring. You're just like, I found it.
Yeah, she's like staring. She's like, are you close?
Not. Did I say guy? I'm sorry, this is a female. I need to stop making all the NPCs go. All my guards and stuff. You see a human female behind the, at least she looks human. Woman behind the little table, and no, not yet. But we're about to. Are you interested? I'm guessing you're interested.
Yeah, she's got like a little bit of drool, like she's like, yeah. She like composes herself, like wipes it. She kind of straightens up, like relieved that she found it in time. She's like, yeah, I'd love to buy some bread. Smells great.
Oh, why? Thank you. We grow the wheat ourselves.
The weed?
The wheat.
Sorry.
No, this isn't that kind of bread, honey.
Sorry.
That's what the butter is for.
Oh, hello.
She's like, she kind of pulls out and she's like, well, since she's kind of looking you up and down, and she's like, oh, well, sure. What do you want? I'm glad it smells so good. A little nervous, but she's a little nervous, but
okay. So, they don't have like their prices set up on like a little list or anything anywhere, right?
Nope.
It's just like the bread is like all out.
It's just yeah.
The one that really caught my nose was the rye. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, that's
Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's like yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my bread.
I've decided that's her favorite bread. And magic word from Kelsea, and it's official. Rye is the favorite. And so she goes, I think that I caught a whiff of some, that's white, rye. She goes, got any rye bread here?
She kind of leans back to look in her cart, and she's like, yeah. Pulls out 2 loaves, and she pulls out 2 loaves that are not in the sacks yet, or in the burlap sacks.
The bundle? Yeah.
And this is, I mean, you grew up on a ship. You ate a lot of bread. There's just a lot of bread. You know your bread.
Lots of bread. Yes, as long as we can keep it not moldy. But we have magic. It's D&D. Magic, just like magic. That's most of her expertise in magic, is to make bread not moldy. She's like, I'm a fighter. The only magic I'm interested in is non-moldy bread magic.
Well, you did have a druid as your first mate, so.
That is true. He took care of all of that. He was great. He was her puzzle piece. He's like, I'll take care of the bread for you, okay? She's like, thanks, what would I do without you?
Eat moldy bread. Anyway,
I love
she's
that.
holding these two pieces of bread. One looks a lot darker than the other, not burnt, but the wheat that was used is a lot darker of a wheat, and it looks like it has chunks of seeds and stuff in it. Like it's a very high quality. I don't know if you've ever had 9-grain bread. That's what this kind of looks like.
Yes, good
loaf.
stuff.
And the other one's a little bit lighter, but it still looks like rye. It's just a different type of wheat, different type of rye wheat. And she kind of holds him and is like, well, which one do you want? And she's like holding this bread. I was like, this is the only two I have left.
She kind of puts a hand up to her chin, and she's like stroke. Oh, I wish you could see me. Well, let me turn on my camera. She kind of is like holding it up, like really appraising them, like, how much do they cost?
Well, she kind of looks a little nervous. It's kind of a little more expensive because of the how we do it all ourselves, and we don't go through any of the big farms.
Understandable. Good quality.
It's 3 silver apiece. And she's like smiling nervously, like, please don't hurt me.
Oh my god, that poor thing. Wait, which one is like, are they both different prices or?
Okay, so actually I'm going to change that a little bit. Sorry. I didn't have a bread encounter.
It is okay.
Planned.
It's surprise.
She holds out, this one's 4 silver and this one's 2 silver. The dark one is 4, light one is 2.
And she kind of like is taking a close, not touching them, but like kind of taking a close look and like putting an ear up to them, really appraising this bread. And she goes, "Made fresh this morning, huh?"
Oh, of course. She looks offended.
She's like, "Of course, true, of course. I should have even asked. Insulting your honor."
Of course.
And
grind the wheat myself every night.
Now that's a hard-working girl. That's good. And okay, so I have behind the scenes, I have 10 gold. Here it says.
Have more gold than that, honey.
Okay, then I'm good, right?
Yeah,
okay,
you're good. You're good to buy both if you so want.
I think she's gonna see this like this hardworking like, you know, bread seller person, and she's gonna be like, hard decision. I'll take both. Like immediately.
Again, looks a little surprised, and it's like, oh, here, that would be 5 silver then. It's a bit of a discount, you notice, but she doesn't say anything about that. That'll be just 5 silver then.
What a coincidence! She was about to give her a tip.
Well, it was 4 for one and 2 for the other, so she's giving you a silver off.
Yeah, and she was about to be like, and here's 6 silver, keep the change. and
she also takes
and Anka doesn't.
Oh, please continue. Sorry.
Anka doesn't like think about math, and so she just like waited for the total and was like 5 silver, and she assumed that was it, so she was like, I'm gonna give her 6 silver as a tip. And so like without even thinking about the fact that didn't even realize she's giving her a discount, like she like hands her 6 silver. And go ahead though if you have something more to say though.
Oh no, as she's like, she pulls them back and she starts wrapping them and like tying them with twine and little cute little bows with twine, and then you see her grab trying to think of what this would be kept in, a small wooden box, and she also slides that towards you, and you notice inside it has a small lid. It's not a very well made box. Actually don't know what's in this, but she like slides them both towards you and is like, oh, here, you can have.
Wait, she hands me the box also? Yep,
the little wooden box. It's like a thin wooden box. It's not like a nice box. It's just a thin wooden box about this big.
Okay. Anka, like, just without thinking, she takes the bread and like the box, I guess.
The woman takes the silver, counts it, chooses not to say anything and just puts it in her apron.
Yeah.
Don't antagonize the drow.
No. And so she has she puts the box under her arm and like the thing, and she's talking, and as she's talking she's like already unwrapping the bag and like takes out the like 9-grain rye bread and like kind of
thick hunks of bread. They're about like that big. They're about a foot long.
Okay, she takes out she rips out a chunk just like with her hand. Like I understand it's probably really hard, but like she like and takes out and like ties it back, and then with the hand like that's good stuff.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. And then she starts.
What's your name?
God damn it, Ollie.
I'm sorry.
It's Jenny.
Aw, thanks, Kelsea.
That wasn't on purpose. I just couldn't think of anything else.
I know. It's okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Say your thing. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Again, she's like starts picking stuff up, and she's like, "Oh, it's Jenny," and kind of like not making eye contact with you.
Okay. I'm trying to decide.
And the bread, as you're chewing it, fantastic. Fucking amazing.
Every time she's just like, I'm a little bit offended, she goes back to being like, but this is damn good bread. I can't be offended at someone who makes such good bread. And so she goes, nice to meet you, Jenny. She looks up at like the stall to see if like there's a name or whatever.
No, there isn't. It's just a normal
Jenny's
kind
bread.
of wooden stall.
Okay. Then, and she's like, nodding. She's like, you usually set up your stall around here?
Every other day. Yes.
Every other day. Okay. Consider me a regular from now on. And she just sort of like just so in for takes another bite, and then just like kind of turns around like, goodbye, Jen. Just kind of walks out. She's like, I'm Anka, by the way.
She gives the smallest wave and goes, we'll see you in 2 days.
That was nice. Thank you for the bread, Kelsea.
I just made bread the other day, so.
I want to make bread again. It was
easy.
So fun.
It's honestly really easy. Like, way easier than you think.
Why? I know, it's so fun. And, like, I don't know why I don't do it more often.
Honestly, I don't have a reason other than you being busy, because...
That's true. That is the reason.
And if you don't have a stand mixer, like I have a stand mixer, if you don't have a stand mixer, it's a little hard. It's a little difficult.
Yeah.
It's a lot of kneading.
I don't think I have one of those. Like the kneading and stuff.
Yeah, that takes a while.
I have to do all that. Yeah, but it's fun. I like it. It's like
good arm workout.
Get to like
anyway.
I get like good arm workout, and it's like I get to squeeze it and be like, ooh, mushy, and let it rise.
Off track.
Yeah. Listen, we're not off track. We're on the bread track. Choo choo.
We're on the wheat track.
The wheat track. First, it was the moonshine. Wait, alcohol is made of wheat, right? I don't know. Or is that beer? Just beer.
Some is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
library.
You got your bread. And you're like, bread. All right, your stomach starts to settle down, and you're soaking up all that extra alcohol in your system, and you're just like, all right, we're good now. And did you look in the box by chance?
Yes. As she's walking away, she's gonna look in the box.
It's butter.
Oh, the person.
It's just a little chunk of butter. You paid her extra. She gave you a little extra.
I love her. Thank you, Jen. Falls in love with every NPC. Every NPC throughout me is great. The barmaid, Glenn, freaking Jenny. They're all good.
Okay. So you get back on the main track, and you're like, all right, you got your bread, you got some butter. You got
What's next? Next to librarian?
Now you're off to the library. So
nice.
You walk for another 20 minutes to a half an hour down this wide street that is slightly more narrow as you're walking up. And hold on. Okay. You start to notice the buildings are getting closer together. So in the middle district, they were much more spread out and much more comfortable. These are very much stacked together in between the streets and the alleyways. It's very narrow streets as you're walking by, and the buildings are much higher. And you almost feel a sense of claustrophobia as you're walking through this area, and the feeling of a maze gets much more emphasized as you can't see where you're going because the buildings are higher and everything's very clustered together. So go ahead and roll me a perception check to see what you see from here.
You. I spy with my Shadar-Kai eyes. 16 plus perception, right?
6, which is 22.
Which is good.
That's very good. Okay. Yay! As you're walking by, you come into another inner circle area.
Yeah.
It's like gangster posing.
Gangster!
You see a small shackle type building.
Oh.
Shackled? I think it's supposed to say ramshackled. It looks ramshackled, but I just have shackled written down. I'm so sorry.
Shackle building.
Ramshackle type
BDSM
building
store.
clustered in between a much nicer store with glittering items, and it looks very boutique-esque.
Ooh.
But the ramshackle building has the sign of a book on the front. But you can't see anything in through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody seems to be coming in and out. There's really nobody in this area walking around, and it's very quiet. And as you're looking by, you're thinking, maybe that's where I need to go. That has books on it. But you turn your head, and what catches your eye is a huge dark stone bell spire in the distance.
Okay.
And it looms over all the other shops as it's much taller and much more ominous looking than the light gray stone buildings or even some of the wooden buildings around this area. And you can see a large steady smokestack coming out from the spire.
Mm-hmm.
Receding into a very clear sky. You can't see the sun as it's starting to set, or as it's starting to get more nighttime. But you can see it. The smoke just dissipates, and you'd expect a smell with the sheer amount of smoke that is coming out of this building.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no smell. No smell of ashes. No smell of burning or anything. In fact, the smell of the bread in your hands is much more prominent than even the smoke would be. You kind of get a small inkling that that's somewhere you should go.
Mm-hmm.
And almost feeling innately drawn to this building. For an example of what this actually kind of looks like, it looks like a very large cathedral. Very large Gothic cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see.
Okay. I think it's weird because in Anka's mind, when she was imagining like this library that has information that she needs, she wasn't imagining like a small like a bookstore like kind of dingy library. She was imagining like records of like that the state or like government, this is fantasy, the kings would have, like official records and like kind of stuff like that that's like nicely kept. And so she's like looking between this shack and like kind of looking to somewhere that her instinct is taking her. And I was thinking like, what would she do? And I think Anka's the kind that would follow her instinct, her gut instinct on things. She's very much that kind of person. And so, can she, like, are there windows on this little bookshop? This, like,
there are windows, but
library
they're
place?
entirely blacked out. You cannot see inside at all. And you don't even, something to know, you don't even see a door to enter the bookshelf.
Wow, they really don't want people to buy their books. Like if Jazz opened up a bookshop. Nobody come in! No customers! These are my books! Nope, yep. She's like, well, if there's no fucking door, what the hell else am I gonna do? And she takes a couple more moments looking at this big cathedral-like place, and I think she's gonna go there.
Okay. You don't have to roll investigation because you can actually see directly where this building is leading off to. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to you. You can kind of see almost immediately where this building is kind of sitting, and you're like, okay, you can still see it. It takes you about 10 minutes to get there, and we're going to roll off your previous perception check because I'm not going to make you roll like 8,000 perception checks. That's stupid.
Rad.
All right, so now here comes the fun part. I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
Okay.
Upon coming up to the large building, you see high arches with wrought iron works embedded into them. Some take the shapes of feathers, some take the shapes of some birds. The windows feature stained glass. The windows are stained glass. But instead of color, it's all dark gray panels. You can't see the image of what is being projected, but you can tell that they are placed together sheets of glass.
Is that the smoke? That's... Ooh, never mind. Sorry.
Past the two pillars, you see grass, but it's not green grass. It's white and ashy. Not dead, because even as you're starting to walk up, it's not well-maintained grass. People don't mow their lawns very often. But it doesn't crunch under your feet, under your boots. Instead, the white dust, kicks up like dust. And it's quiet. Like, it was quiet in the marketplace, or in the previous area you were in. But this is oppressively quiet. Even you look around up on the wrought iron gates, and there are crows sitting, or what look like crows or ravens sitting upon the iron, and even they are quiet. In fact, the only sounds you can hear are your boots, or your footsteps, and your breath. And hold on. But it's as oppressively quiet as it is, it's not uncomfortable. It just, you would describe it almost as a quiet of a funeral procession. It's respectful, and if you yell out, you feel like you'll be disturbing somebody.
My God, are they burning all the books? Oh my God.
I can see the nervousness in Hani's face.
I'm like so nervous. I traveled all this way.
You see a set, as you walk past and walk up to the gates, you see a large set of steps. But that's about all you can see from now.
Okay.
And if you look at the gate, it is not locked. It's not barred. It's... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry.
Okay. So she had to walk through the grass on her way up to these steps, right? Like she walked on grass.
Yeah, there's more grass. It's much more heavy and wild looking. Like it looks like it definitely hasn't been maintained or walked on in a very long time. But yes, there's no path leading from the gate to the steps. It goes
when she gets up to the steps, she looks back.
Are you going through the gate? You never
she wants to walk up to these steps and step on the first step, and she wants to like look back. Just like, this is some flavor I'm doing, but like, is that okay?
I think you may have misunderstood. The gate is on the outside. Like, it's like there's a huge fence, and then there's a gate, and then that's where the grass really picks up with the steps. So you'd have to.
So she hasn't gone.
You'd have to go through the gate in order to get up to the steps.
So she hasn't gone on any grass yet.
She's gone on. Okay.
Okay.
So
draw this for me or describe it for me.
Because I think you're misunderstanding. Okay, so there's the circular pattern where the grass is, or like where the gate is, and the grass is rolling out a little bit past where the gate is.
Okay.
So there's like a patch of grass that's not as quite.
Oh, so there's just a little bit of grass outside.
Yeah,
okay.
No. Sorry, I think I have it written kind of weirdly on here, so when I was reiterating it.
No, it was super good. Oh my god. Okay. I was just like thinking about this grass so much. I was like, oh, this grass. That I was like imagining a lot of grass. But she wants to like look down at her boots and see like if this is ash, is like the grass green under it. You know what I mean? Like where she steps, is it green?
It looks like it's somewhat green. Where it's just covered in this ashy substance. Okay. And it's layers upon layers of ash.
Okay. She looked down on her boots and she looked down around at like kind of how empty and quiet it is and like looks up at the crows and she says like, guess people don't like reading around here.
Don't like what?
And she reading. Yeah, she's like, guess people don't like reading. And she like puts her hand on the gate and you said it wasn't locked?
It's not locked.
She just strolls on through.
The gate.
If that's okay.
The gate opens without an issue. And you hear a slight squeak. And at the sound of your voice, as you've spoken, you now feel like you're being watched. You get that tingly hair on the back of your neck that's suddenly as if your voice has alerted something. But
Did she make a perception check?
A what?
Perception check?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
17 plus 6.
What is watching you are the ravens.
Crows
sitting on the fence. All of their heads have turned towards you, and you can see the glint of their black eyes staring at you.
Oh wait, no. Yes, I like them.
Still making no noise as they sit upon this fence.
I think she kind of gets a tingle, like, and she's not gonna stop, but she's walking, and she like kind of looks back up at them behind her as she does, and like kind of goes like, pretty birds. She just keeps going. She would have said something else, but then I remembered that she likes birds because Raven Queen.
Yep.
And so I was like, she would have been like, pesky birds. But then she's not gonna do that. She's gonna be like, bird's good. Respect the birds.
I'm gonna have you roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Don't know how. Oh. 12 total.
12 total.
Yeah.
This building seems somewhat familiar to you, but you can't quite place what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not put off by this building. You're not like, it doesn't it's not, how do I explain this? It's not like you're entirely creeped out or you feel as if you shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel unwelcome.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels strange. Other than that, you really don't know much else about it. So
she's not necessarily afraid. I think that's like the exact combination that she likes. Mm-hmm. And so, if anything, she's kind of like, okay, and kind of excited about that.
Okay, I just wanted to reiterate, like, you don't feel like you're not supposed to be here. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah, of
you're...
course.
Okay. All right. So you step up and you kick up more of this white, ashy dust onto your boots, and it leaves a coating on it. And you can see that it's... I'm trying to think of, like, what else, how I'm going to describe this. And there's no smell. Again, you don't smell anything. You don't smell burning paper. You don't smell smoke. You still only smell the bread. And the bread isn't, like, overpowering the smell.
Mm-hmm.
But you just... There's an absence of most... It's strange. It's almost like it's an absence of most senses in this area. You don't hear anything besides yourself. You don't see anything besides this building. You don't really... You can't hear anything. You can't see anything. You're not picking up on anything besides what you feel.
Okay.
But as you approach, you start to get the more prickling feeling of being watched. It's much more noticeable now. And so as you approach these steps, and you said you wanted to take one step up.
Yes.
You take one step up onto these black stone steps. And now, as you're up at the steps, you can see a door in front of you. And to your left, in what looks almost like a little... Like, you know how some steps have the steps, and then there's the wheel building, and then there's there's, like, kind of like a corner? What you see in there is two large, huge, shining black obelisks.
Obelisks?
Like, just stone pillars, but it looks like it's rough hewn rock.
Ooh, okay.
I like rocks. They are approximately 20 feet tall each. And based on your perception checks, you can see there is writing on them. But you can't tell what the writing is. And the only sound you hear is your footsteps on the stairs.
Okay.
And then other than that, all you see is the dark wooden door. That's still a fair distance away up these stairs.
Okay. First things first, I have to go to the restroom.
Okay,
really
yeah,
bad.
I was actually going to stop it here in like a couple of minutes. Like,
okay.
take a break, so.
Okay, because I'm like so into this, and but like 3/4 of my brain is like, you like can't stop moving your legs. You need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, we'll pause it
and
here
I want to
for
give you all
about
my
half
attention.
an hour, and then I'm gonna go get something to eat, and
yes,
more to eat because I ate earlier.
Good cliffhanger, because it's like the tension is like here. I'm like, I want to go in. Kelsey, you're doing like such a good job. Like, yes. Flap, 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 flap. Great.
Right, go
yes,
to the bathroom.
I'm going. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. So if I stop recording, will it keep going? How do you do this? How do you... Oh, yes. Go away. Oh, my God. There we go. If I have to start a new stream, I'll just start a new stream. It's fine. Alright. I'm gonna go find food. Oh my God.
Guess who's back? Back again.
I have the stream stopped so that we can take a break.
Okay. Alvin, hi.
I'm joining to.
What?
Let
What?
me grab the mic from across the room.
I know. I don't know why
I'm
it's
joining
not.
so I can help with this.
Hold on. Okay, I should be back now.
And then it suddenly says network error.
Yeah, that's because I stopped the stream.
Yeah, but it shouldn't say network error. It should just say this person is no longer streaming.
I don't know how that's
Weird.
working because it's weird. Because I just said stop
Oh my
streaming.
God.
It's also recording still.